Welcome to the Joyful Movement Podcast, where we redefine exercise as an act of self care and move for our mental health. Here, we break free from diet culture and the obsession with skinniness, shifting the focus to longevity, vitality, and feeling amazing in our body. Movement should be joyful, accessible, and empowering for everyone, no matter your size, shape, age, or fitness level. So let's make exercise something you want to do for your sanity and not your vanity. Ready to move with joy? Let's dive in. And now, here's your host, Snigdha.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're talking about something that I don't think gets talked about often enough, and that is curiosity. How many times have you said, "Oh, I'd never like that workout," without actually trying it? Now, don't get me wrong, if you genuinely have tried something and you know it's not your thing, that's totally fine. For example, I know for sure that rock climbing is not for me. I've given it a try, and while I can absolutely appreciate the skill and strength it takes, it's just not something I enjoy. But what about those times when we're almost sure? Maybe we're 80 or 90% convinced we won't like something, but there's still a small 10 to 20% chance that we might actually enjoy it. Or at the very least, we could tolerate it and find small moments of fun, like the music in a dance class or the energy of a group workout. And that's what today's episode is about, giving yourself permission to be curious and explore movement beyond your comfort zone. I think children are very good at being curious. If you have little ones at home, you know what I'm talking about. Whether it's tag or catch or playing a sport or dancing, they just move their bodies. They don't analyze the situation or overthink it. They don't ask questions like, who all will be there? What's their skill level? Or what will they be wearing? Or even, will they judge me? But adults do this all the time. Being curious turns movement into play. When you let go of expectations and explore new ways to move, exercise becomes less about obligation and more about joy. Who says fitness must be serious? Try a new dance class, climb a tree, or challenge yourself to a game of tag with your kids. It all counts. Through this, you discover what truly feels good. When you move with curiosity, you pay attention to how different activities make you feel. Instead of forcing yourself into a workout just because it's quote-unquote effective, you learn to listen to your body and choose movement that energizes and nourishes you. A lot of the time, we don't let ourselves be curious because of stereotypes or social norms. A lot of the times, we don't let ourselves be curious because of our own perceived ideas about what we're, quote, supposed to enjoy. We see certain workouts being dominated by, say, one demographic, and we assume that it's just not meant for us. For example, I've had guys tell me that they would never attend a spin class because it's, quote, too girly. But in reality, a spin class here and there is an amazing workout that challenges endurance, stamina, and mental resilience. And the playlist is usually amazing. So why are we limiting ourselves because of these outdated ideas about what's, quote, for men or women? Or maybe you've seen a class filled with seniors and thought, that's not for me. But why not? For instance, there's an aqua Zumba class at my local pool, and yes, it's mostly seniors. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't try it. In fact, I want to applaud them for moving their bodies and staying active. Movement is for everyone at every stage of life. So by me going to a class like that, I'm even more motivated to incorporate movement every day because I want to one day be able to move like them when I'm older. Curiosity isn't just about finding workouts we love. Sometimes it's about learning something about our bodies that we wouldn't have known otherwise. Let's say you decide to try yoga for the first time. You don't have to love it, but just by going, you might realize something valuable about your body. Maybe you struggle with hip flexibility when the instructor leads the class into butterfly pose or the Baddha Konasana. That's great information for you. Even if you never take another yoga class again, now you know that hip mobility is something you might want to work on. That's great feedback for you. You don't have to love the yoga class or the style of class or even the teacher, but that's information. because now you can take that home and incorporate some hip stretches. All of this is great information. Sometimes these new ways of moving can show us the littlest things. I tried a pole dancing class once and I didn't realize how much I lacked grip strength. It's because I wasn't doing anything to develop my grip strength before this class, but that's great insight for me. That one class gave me valuable insight into something I needed to improve. The same goes for anything: Pilates, weightlifting, martial arts, dance, skating, skiing. It's not about becoming an expert at everything. It's about using curiosity to explore what your body is capable of. I think curiosity also means trying to move our bodies at different times in the day. For example, I used to always do my movement thing in the evenings. So I'd go to the gym or to a yoga class in the evenings. But one day I decided to try a lunch yoga class. I was curious about the teacher and wanted to see how I would feel if I added some movement midday. And I actually really enjoyed it because the room had so much natural sunlight and it felt so nice to move when it was so bright in the studio. I think when we are curious and try something new, we learn so much more than different movements. A recent example for me was when I attended a dance class where there were also live drummers. There were so many different movements and steps and routines and sequences that went with different beats and rhythms. And so I really have to listen to the music to catch the cue of when we start dancing. That was such a great experience because I had never really done that, where I had to listen to this subtle change in the rhythms that the drummers were playing to figure out when to start dancing. In the past, whenever I've taken a dance class, we just start when the song starts, so I really had to focus on listening closely. And I would have never thought about it or practiced it if I had not attended the class. Sometimes the hardest part isn't the workout itself, it's the mental chatter that comes before it. Maybe you've thought, I'm not coordinated enough for that class, or I'll look ridiculous trying this. Or I'm too out of shape to try something new. But here's the thing, everyone starts somewhere. No one walks into a new workout as an expert, and the truth is most people in that class are too focused on themselves to be judging or even looking at you. So instead of assuming something isn't for you, challenge yourself to try it first. You might be surprised. Curiosity and having an open mind are essential when it comes to movement because they allow us to break free from rigid ideas about exercise and truly enjoy the process. In my opinion, being curious about the different types of movement keeps my routine exciting because I'm not doing the same thing every single day. Instead of seeing exercise as a chore, a curious mindset encourages you to explore different ways to move. An open mind helps you adapt. Bodies change, schedules shift, and sometimes your usual routine doesn't fit anymore. If you're open to trying new approaches, you'll always find a way to stay active without feeling stuck, because you're open to trying something new. For example, years ago, I finished work later than normal one day and I missed my regular kickboxing class. But I noticed that the gym had a drop-in Tai Chi class. I thought, sure, why not? What do I have to lose? I was already there, and I tried it. Because of the curiosity and open-mindedness, I was able to adapt and still get in movement that day. I also think that because I've been curious about different types of movement, I've made so many new friends that I normally wouldn't have. For example, I really wanted to try a spin studio that was close to my house. I had a friend that went to these spin classes every week, and I asked if I could join her. And through that, I met so many other people who became my friends over time. So here's my challenge for you this week. Try something new. Even if you don't think you'll love it, go in with an open mind and just see what it teaches you about your body and your mindset. Notice the thoughts that come up before you even step into the class. Are you hesitating because of social expectations? Are you doubting yourself before you've even tried it? And if it turns out that you truly don't like it, that's totally fine. At least now you know. And even if you didn't love the workout itself, maybe you walked away with a new piece of information about your body. Be curious about the type of movement or exercise. Maybe change up the time you go, or try a new teacher style, or maybe even go with someone new. So, what is something you've been curious about but haven't tried yet? Is there a class or type of movement you've skipped because of assumptions or social norms? This week, I want you to take one small step outside of your comfort zone. You never know, you might just find something new that you love. And if it turns out it's a no-go, that's fine too. You've still learned something about yourself. All right, that's it for today's episode. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what new form of movement you're trying this week. Tag me on social media or send me a message. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who might need this reminder too. Stay curious, stay moving, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, if you know me, you know I love delicious food, especially when it's quick and easy to make. That's why for the next few episodes, I'm excited to feature The Spice Age, a Canadian spice company that makes incredible dip mixes and salad dressings. My absolute favorite, the cheeky tzatziki dip. All it takes is a little yogurt. I love Greek yogurt, but you can use whatever yogurt you like. Mix in the seasoning and boom, instant flavorful dip for your veggies. I even drizzle it on my wraps because it's just that good. If you're looking to spice up your meals effortlessly, check them out. You won't regret it.
Thanks for listening. Please rate and review the podcast as we'd love to hear your feedback. If you love what you're hearing and want to take the next step further, please visit www.joyfulmovement.ca.